Sheila, we often turn to you for all things in the sky. Let's talk about whether or not we are seeing some of this momentum wane in the airlines, become an opportunity for certain investors to get in on the action. They've had a big run since the pandemic ended.
They have, but they've kind of stalled over the last 3 months. And when you look at these airlines, yes, American pre-announced last night, they expect sales to be 37% below 2019 levels. It's not often that you see companies trade at such low valuations when their revenues are still 30 to 50% off prior peak levels. So to give you a taste, Delta trades at 7 times EBITDA, which is a 50% discount to the market. That's historically where airlines traded, but their earnings are about 20% below prior peak. So airlines should be trading at higher multiples. Clearly, investors are not believing the earnings power in 2022 and 2023, just given the lack of visibility and the lack of return in, international and corporate, which are over 50% of their sales.
So from that standpoint, then, we're showing all these charts, Delta, American, and we've seen the nearer to medium-term weakness in those stocks. I guess from a relative basis, are there places where you would think you would be poised for better performance in the coming months, given what you feel is the trajectory of things like international and business travel as well?
Sure. We recently upgraded Delta last month. The reason for that was about half of its ASMs are international, of which about half is from Europe. We think Europe will be the first to open, followed by Asia in 2 years' time. So the European recovery will be sooner. And additionally, 50% of their sales are corporate, of which half of it are small, medium businesses.
All right, so Delta, buy-rated, target price $60 from Sheila. I also want to get your take on what's happening right now with Boeing. It's a big coverage stock in your universe. That stock falling almost 5% yesterday. It was dragging down the entire Dow along with it. It's on concerns the company is now expecting to deliver fewer than half the 787s currently in its inventory this year. We've got production issues weighing as well there. Boeing is one of those key stocks that it's considered a huge bellwether for many parts of the market here. What exactly is the future for Boeing in your mind?
I think Boeing has a lot of risk associated with it right now, given the MAX and the 787 stalls. However, it does also have a lot of positive catalysts as well. If we could see China approval, if we could see the 87, the 737 rollback. But they are losing some of that share to Airbus right now. But just given the overall positive commercial aero environment, we're positive on Boeing for that reason. We think the free cash flow will normalize. They'll generate about $10 billion of free cash flow in the 2024 timeframe. And at a market multiple, the stock still has upside, but they have a lot of near-term turbulence. Just when you think about the MAX inventory run through, the 787, we're projecting that they deliver at 4 a month, and their production rates are lower on those.
Sheila, I mean, we know that Boeing gets a lot of attention because of the commercial aircraft side of things, because it is such a high-profile part of the business. But it's also one of the biggest defense contractors out there. When you look at the balance of business in the next year or so, how much more of an emphasis is Boeing going to have to place on some of the other parts of the business, the aerospace side of things, the defense contracting side of things, to counter what we're seeing here on the commercial aircraft side?
So about 40% of its business is defense. We expect their defense business to be about flattish. When we think about the other defense primes, Lockheed Martin, Northrop, they're going at a 3 to 5% clip. So the defense business is underperforming. And given that they won several big development programs, 3 in 2019, there's not a lot of margin leverage in that business.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.